I've got a confession to make. Yeah, I chose to watch this anime for one single reason. That reason? Yeah, the smoking hot wolf waifu. I won't lie to you, when it comes to watching new anime, 99.9% of the time, I choose my anime based on the fact that I found one of the girls in the visual hot, and yeah, I basically wanted to see more of them. Sure, I read what the anime is about and stuff, but if the anime girl gets me a teeny bit excited, then yeah, it's getting the 3-episode rule for sure. I know it's trash, I know it's degenerate and very degrading of my character, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. Anime waifu are my Achilles heel. Like, if I was the final boss, the demon lord of the story, my defeat would come at the hands of the hero using the power of fan service. Take this, you fiend! Fan service, obliterate!
Really? Oh, anime boomer, my only weakness. No!
And boom, like that, the world would be saved. Yukata! So yeah, said girl in anime in this instance is Fenrys from Chillin in Another World with level 2 super cheat powers, currently airing this spring 2024 season. And you can't blame me, right? I mean, just look at her. Fenrys is an absolute beauty of a waifu, and I think she's actually awoken a demi-human fetish deep within me that I never knew existed. Her long silver hair, piercing blue eyes, pale white skin, those adorable wolf ears. Yes, please. She easily joins the list of demi-human best girls. You've got Raftalia, Kuru Usagi, Shea Holia, Holo maybe. You know, we should probably start a video on demi-human waifu, huh? Like, yeah, they just nailed the character design for Fenris, and honestly, I can't get enough of her. She's, of course, also packing up top 2, which is also a very appreciated design choice from me. Now, I think the title hero, or legend even, is a little too much to bestow upon me here, but I will just add that during my, research for Fenris, I did find out that it is stated that she is a H-corp. So for those of you who enjoy the large opie, rejoice. Rejoice as you have a new queen. Now we can perv over Fenris's appearance all day, and trust me, I considered it. But there is actually more to Fenris that elevates her as potentially best girl of the spring season. I mean, she has the wife thing down. Those of you with the anime wife fetish, you're eating good with Fenris. A lot of her involvement in the story is centered around her relationship with Fleo, and goddamn on a stick is Fenris so totally adorable. There are so many moments in this anime where Fenris is either pulling a cute facial expression, she's making cute noises, or she's just being cute in general. There are tons of videos of Fenris doing cute things on YouTube, and I have them on repeat most days. But as equally as she is cute, Fenris can get very protective of Fleo and those trying to get close to him, where, you know, we get to see more of her feisty side, or fiery side, I guess you could say. Fenris has a mean death glare on her for sure, which is both kind of scary and really fun to watch at the same time. And I think a lot of Fenris's charm is thanks to the absolute stellar work of the VAs portraying her in the anime. Rai Kugimiya brings her to life in the Japanese dub. I'm a big fan of her work, and she's voiced many characters such as Happy in Fairy Tail, we've got Kagura from Gintama, Alphonse Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, Tiger Aisaka from Toradora, just to name a few. And then you've got her English VA. Megan Shipman portrayed Fenris, and Megan's work is always top tier. She's voiced Anya Forger in Spy Family, Alba Suzakaze from New Game, Yuzuru Yamai in Date Alive, many more to add to that amazing list. Both of these actors are very talented. So, we have established that Fenris is hands down a hot waifu worthy of giving an anime a watch, but is the anime she's from actually any good? Well, yes and no. So, Chillin in Another World with level 2 cheat powers. Yeah, with a name like that, you can guess that it's an isekai. But it had something different in the first episode that caught my eye. Besides the wolf waifu, of course. Our main guy, Banazar, was already in a fantasy world before getting isekai to another one, which was a neat twist. In his original world, demi-humans are treated badly as slaves, but Banazar, a merchant, treats everyone equally. He's your typical super nice guy hero, and this really sets up his morals for the rest of the story. Now, in the new world, the kingdom has been summoning heroes to help win a war against the Dark One, but there's a problem. Banza, who they've just summoned, he's just a regular merchant. He has no magic, no special skills, and his stats are terrible. The guy summoned next to him, however, has amazing stats, and everyone thinks he's like the one to save them. They are literally drooling over this guy. Because of that, Banazar is quickly forgotten, and things get worse. Yeah, we find out he can't go back home to his original world either. So the kingdom realizes they've messed up by summoning him, but instead of apologizing, they do something really freaking awful. So they basically leave him next to a forest full of dark matter with a bag that attracts evil monsters and a sword that will break after just a few swings. Total dick move, right? They're basically, okay, we've made a mistake, so what should we do? I will just send this guy far away, get monsters to kill him, job done. Douchebags. But this turns out to be their biggest mistake in doing this. Banazar is attacked by slimes, and when he defeats them with the sword before it breaks, he levels up to level 2. And in doing this unlocks all his stats and spells to infinite. Basically, Banazar is one overpowered motherfucker. But now I know what you're thinking. Yeah, where does the hot wolf waifu fit into all of this? Well, here we go. Banazar realizes that he can't go back home, so he decides to adjust to life in this new world with his new powers. He decides he's going to go to the guild hall and sign up, but he decides to change his appearance and name to avoid being found by the royal kingdom, who of course sent him off to die. And here there's a really funny scene where he disguises himself as a girl, and he enjoys it a bit too much before he decides, you know what, it's probably best that I stay a guy. Smart move. I would have done the same. Turning myself into a woman, checking myself out, and you'd have done it too. Don't lie. Don't lie. Anyway, now going by the name of Fleo, he takes on a mission to escort a young girl to the forest that he was originally sent to. But this isn't just any girl. She's actually a fierce wolf trying to get back to the Dark Kingdom, though that's not quite revealed yet. And if you hadn't guessed by her appearance already, this girl is really Fenris, right? Cool. So Fleo and the girl are joined by some adventurers who don't trust Fleo's ability to use a rare teleport spell, and they also know that this girl is a demon. So what do? They expose her, and this of course leads to a giant ass battle. A battle in which the wolf easily defeats the group, but Fleo, being super strong now, uses random spells basically until Fenris runs out of magic herself and is defeated. Now upon her defeat, Fenris asks to be killed, but Fleo refuses, and then she eventually passes out from exhaustion. When she wakes up, she promises to stay by his side and never harm humans again. And so the rest of the show is basically the two of them figuring out life in this new world together. Meanwhile, the other hero that the kingdom summoned at the same time as Fleo, yeah, he turns out to be a bit of a douche and a bit of a coward. At the same time, word of Fleo's power starts to spread, and now we wonder if Fleo and Fenris will get caught up in this war and what side they'll choose. So yeah, my first impression of Cheap Powers was that it really reminded me of Shield Hero. You know, you've got the guy outcast by the kingdom, and as the story progresses, you start to see the kingdom as the bad guys rather than the Dark One and his army of demons. This side to it, and the way they executed it in the first episode in particular, it really had that potential to have the same grit that made Shield Hero great in its first season. And then you've also got the other hero. I mean, I was screaming Motoyuusha at his scenes because he really reminded me of him. Another link that I guess you could argue is that the Fenris and Fleo connection is very much a similar setup to the Naofumi and Raphtalia one. So yeah, as a huge fan of Shield Hero, I was surprised that a show I checked out because I thought the Wolf Girl was hot actually had me intrigued, but was watching this anime worth it for that? Personally, I think the anime is okay. The excitement I felt in those first 2 episodes faded as it basically turned into another story about an overpowered main character defeating everything very, very easily. There was no drive, you know? It didn't continue to build on the premise that, you know, yes, has been done with Shield Hero, but something that could have been executed so much better than it turned out to be. Don't get me wrong, I do like Fleo as a character. I like that he sticks to his morals and they don't waver depending on situations that benefit him or the story, but I honestly think I'll forget about him when next season rolls around. I also really like the comedy in the series. It did have me audibly laughing on a couple of occasions, and I've got to say, Ballyrosa was fantastic for this. However, I do think if Fenris wasn't in the show, I would never have watched it for one, but I definitely wouldn't have continued to watch it. She really steals the show, not just because she's hot, but her cute and entertaining moments make the scenes with her much better. It makes the anime so much better in my opinion. This show really reminds me of another anime anime I checked out for very similar reasons. Do you remember a show called Chillin in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army? Yes, another show where I basically saw the hot anime waifu, aka Marika's rack, and had to check out the anime. I felt that show was so good because of her, but when she took a back seat in that anime, I quickly lost interest. And it sounds super degenerate of me to say, oh, when the hot girl isn't there, I don't like it. But that's not what I'm getting at here, In Marika, and especially Fenris' case, the bottom line is that they are both great and very enjoyable characters to watch, without the naughty thoughts I may have for them. A story needs strong and enjoyable characters, and they are it. Take them away, and I don't think the cast is strong enough to keep my interest. But let me know, what anime have you checked out because you saw the hot anime waifu in the visual? I know you've done it, don't be shy. And if you want another instance of many in which I've done this, then make sure you check out this video where I talk about Stella Vermilion from the series Chivalry of a Failed Knight. She's a top 5 waifu, that's for sure.